Now guys, welcome back to another video today, another Blu-ray hunting video, yes, and I am filming this today on this date here on the screen. Full disclaimer, I'm filming this in the past for the future. If this is the first time you're watching this is the third video that I've done, the third week of doing these Blu-ray hunting videos, but I am off on paternity, getting a little baby. So for 5 weeks is the aim, so there's 2 more after this. There will be those videos, and then on the 6th week hopefully I'll be able to go back out and have a bit of release for my other half to go Blu-ray hunting again. So yes, that is the plan. Of course I want to be fully present for when the baby is here, and I didn't want to let you guys have nothing, so I'm filming 5 Blu-ray hunts that are not date sensitive in terms of, you know, I can go to CEX whenever. Of course prices might change in the time and all of that, but I'm picking up things that very much not HMV and stuff. So of course when I come back it's going to be HMV as the main focus and all of that. Sunny day today, as you can see. It is the end of September, and I'm in Merthyr today. This is Tesco. Everyone parks in Tesco. I think we have like 4 hours free parking here. Next to Tesco then is Beacon's Place, which is the shopping centre for Merthyr town centre, and then away you go. And as I say, in Merthyr Tydfil today, going to the cinema after this. It is 3 o'clock on a Sunday. I've just arrived, so I've got an hour in CEX basically to check out the store, do the pickups, show them to you guys, and then of course I'm going to the cinema. So I'm in the mood today though to get things that are probably common titles to some people. You know, your 50p's, your pounds. I've done a few like videos in the past on this and realizing that my collection doesn't have, you know, the 50p's, the £1 that much. I'm missing quite a lot of like common stuff that everyone has, let's just say. So yes, that is the plan, I think, just to pick up some extra things. I also have a voucher. Yesterday in this week's Blu-ray hunting video I did trade some things yesterday into CEX, and I've got a £9.82 voucher for the titles that I traded in. So we have got a voucher then, I guess, to spend, so 10 quid off. So if I spend 20 quid, obviously it's going to cost me really about a tenner. So we've got that to spend, which we will spend today. And as I say, I'm in the mood to just really get a lot of extra bits, and as I say, mainly, you know, I'm looking for quantity, you know, gonna look through every single one of them. As I say, I've got the time, I've got the hour. Sunday evening up here, or Sunday afternoon now. All the charity shops shut on a Sunday, so not a great day to come. I initially wanted to come on Saturday, but this weekend we've had a few things with the baby and we had to go to the hospital on Saturday morning instead. So I had to do a whole switcheroo from what I originally planned to do, but we are here nonetheless, and yeah, you guys have got a video, so hopefully this is okay. As I say, the last 2 weeks have been totally Blu-ray hunting videos that are not date related, and last week's video was actually a really sick one in terms of, I haven't edited it yet, but it was sick in terms of filming it. I went to 4 or 3 different stores. I actually went to 4, sorry, I went to 3. I was tempted to go to 4 and I didn't get to the one store because the sat nav screwed up. So I did do 3, but it was sick to go to Worcester, Banbury, Evesham was the one I didn't go to, and then I finished off in Stratford upon Avon, which was a lovely place, by the way. Anyway, if you missed last week's video, I'm sure it would have come out great. I had a real fun time actually going up there and picking those up. So as I say, I've got a lot to do at the point of filming this. I've got so many videos to edit, which this week is the priority for me to get editing, because the 15th of October is when the baby's due. So we are getting close now, and of course I need to start getting, especially the weekends events, I need to start getting things organized. So but for you guys, the baby is already here. She's probably 3 weeks old at this point. You know, this is the 3rd video, so about 3 weeks. That is the goal, is to have all the videos scheduled, ready to go, so that you guys always have content and I haven't actually got to do any work because it's already done. That's the plan. Right, so as I say, no bag today. I forgot my bag. I got nothing here to even take as a bag. I got a coat, which I don't need because it's blinking boiling. But as I say, we're going to go to CEX. We're going to spend the hour there. We'll film quite a lot of overlays, of course, in terms of what we're going to see there. And then I will go in the car then and show you guys all the pickups. So yes, let's go to CEX Merthyr. Here we go then, CEX Merthyr. It's one of my favourite little stores, to be honest, this is. And yeah, tucked away in the valleys. It is a very nice store. The Blu-ray section though has been condensed though. The DVD children's section of course is getting bigger because this entire wall used to be Blu-rays. They have a lot of steelbooks in here though. Mixture of Blu-ray ones, as you can see there, Murderer on the Orient Express. God, I can't say that fast. We've got Snow White and the Huntsman there for £4 Blu-ray. There's also 4K ones in here as well. We've got Reminiscence, there, which is a £10 pickup there for the 4K Steelbook. Also got this nice one here, £5 for Planes from Disney. Saw this a couple of weeks ago. I haven't seen Planes before, but that is there for £5. We've got Wolf of Wall Street there for £10, and then we've also got Deadpool as well for £10. This one though is a bit scratched up, but yeah, nice. They've got a pretty nice selection here of Steelbooks, as you can see there. Wolverine as well, pretty cool. We've got The Quick and the Dead. We've got Mickey 17. Batman The Long Halloween 4K, and of course it's getting to the 4K section here. We've got Megan 1.0, the first Megan movie, for £12, 1917. We've got some Escape from New York there for £12 with a slip, alongside The Fog for £18 on 4K with slip covers. We've got some Moana 2, Shutter Island there, My Fair Lady, as you can see, some Space Jam rather, and then we've also got The Lion King there for £8 with a slip cover. Avatar The Way of Water, disappointing slip this is, to be honest, but they have got that on the shelf as well. 18 quid though, a little bit steep in my opinion. This is quite a rare one now, Star Trek The Trilogy. This is the Kelvin timeline, 28 quid for this one, as I say, quite a rare one. And also The Matrix Resurrections there, £6. This is quite a common title, didn't review very well. I never saw this film, but people said you didn't miss much. Yeah. We've got Jurassic Park. This is the collection. I think this is the 3 movies, including Jurassic World, so the first 4 movies, I guess. And then you've also got this one here, which is the trilogy collection, I guess the older movies, in a nice slip box there for £8 just for those 3 films. We've got Star Wars there again, another box set here, 20 quid for this. Always shocks me how much this is and how much I paid for mine. I literally paid 5 quid for mine on Vinted. So yeah, we've also got the Force Awakens 3D Collector's Edition box set. I really want to get this. It's a common title, but yeah, £8 there for the Shining Premium. They've also got some Star Wars Rebels. They've got, as you can see there, that's season 2 for £6. As you can see, they've also got another season here. This is season 1, and that is on the shelf for £3. So that's pretty cool. And then down here, they've also got season 4, as well as then season 3, I think that is. So they've got the entire series of Rebels in stock, which is pretty cool. We've got Narnia, the trilogy. We saw this last week when we was in Banbury, I believe. Starting to see this quite a lot. These films I want to watch again, but I'll probably watch them on Disney before picking them up. We've got some box sets here. You've got The Dark Knight and Batman Begins, and then we also have then the Bourne 4 movie collection there, £6 for that. I think there's more films in Bourne than 4 movies though in there. Let me know how many Bourne movies there are. Halloween slipcovers then, we've got The Thing here. This is John Carpenter's The Thing. Of course, I have got this one. I have seen this. £8 for this slipcover. Pretty minty as well. But this one absolutely took me by surprise. An American Werewolf in London. I don't have this one. And I have done a video recently on my horror slipcover, so go watch that if you're interested. We also have some All Quiet on the Western Front there. That's £4. And then we also have another version of All Quiet on the Western Front. This is an ITV one for £5. So different versions of the same film. There's also the Netflix one, of course. We've got The Remains of the Day there for £10. This is one of the rare Sony classics, I guess. You don't see this that often, and it is £10, as you can see by the price. We've got some Studio Ghibli titles here. £12 for Prince Monon. I don't even know what I said then. Mononiki. Anyway, 12 quid for that one. And also down here we've got Whisperer of the Heart. This one's been there a while, to be honest. 15 quid for that one. Both of which have slipcovers. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. And they come in the DVD as well, which is a pretty nice touch, I guess, from Studio Ghibli. We've got Watchmen, but this is the TV series. I have picked up recently the Zack Snyder film, of course, but this is the series, I believe, starring Regina Hall at £10. And then we've also got some Disney stuff here. We've got Wreck-It Ralph there for £1. A little bit of damage on the slipcover, but pretty nice, and not one we have in the collection. As I say, £1 for that one. We also have some Treasure Planet there. That's £8 with a slipcover. This one may be an out of printer then, if it's so expensive, being £8. But it's here, classic number 42. We've also got Turbo 3D. I think they've done a Netflix series on this, but I've never seen this film. It's about a snail that actually goes really fast. But yeah, DreamWorks title there for £3. We've got some Jaws, some Joker, alongside some Junior there, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, alongside Emma Thompson as well. Pretty interesting cast from 1994. Yeah, Junior, £6. Interesting. We also have then some Jungle Book 3D with a slipcover. Next then to have some Innkeepers, some Imperium there, starring Daniel Craig, Invictus, as well as Into the Woods, which is the Disney musical, of course. Okay, fantastic. I have just drove down. My hair is just looking odd. Don't know what's going on, but I have just drove down to the cinema area now. I have an hour and a half till the cinema. It starts at 5 and it's 4 o'clock. So yeah, it was one of those, the film needed to be a bit sooner, but like no point me going home, because by the time I get home I'll have to come back. So yeah, we've got a little bit of time to film this, obviously, but it's not going to take me an hour and a half. Probably take me 20 minutes. So yes, good day in the shop today in CEX. First thing though, I went and picked up a White Monster. The best, honestly, slowly this year becoming my favorite drink of all time. Like, it's one drink that really quenches my thirst. Unfortunately, not in the fridge, but still pretty sick. Right, where's my receipt in here? Because I did get a lot of money. I picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pickups. £35.50. With my £9.80 off, it went down to £25.68. So pretty good. I went in with the intention of getting, you know, common titles, but they didn't have many common-ish titles that I didn't have. So maybe I have a lot of common titles, but I did get a lot of a specific collection that I am getting. In other words, Disney, which last week you guys, I think you saw me get Lion King in the last week's video. So I did get a few Disneys because I had a few in there. And to be honest, alongside a few things that I haven't got that I have been looking for and all of that. So yeah, we'll start with the Disneys though, because I think that just makes sense. And as we go through these, we will of course take the stickers off. I got 4 in total, ranging from prices, one being £8, so I assume out of print, but luckily that one's in the best condition, so it makes it a little bit better. But we'll go lowest to highest. 2 of them were £1 each. The first one being one that I don't have, that I have been, as I say, I have been collecting these, and the first one is Frozen. £1 on there. We're gonna open all these now because, as I say, I've got the time, so I might as well. So as we go through, we'll also get rid of the stickers and, you know, make sure this looks sweet as heck. There's going to be some job done with getting these cleaned up though. That's the thing with these Disney ones I'm starting to see when I'm collecting them and stuff, because they had 2 copies of Frozen there, right? They were both really in, well, I guess really bad condition, both of them. Like, they're not, it's not minty, but it's, you know, there's a, like you can see, grubbiness, and this one looks like it's more, you know, like damp or something. So it just looks like it's being kept maybe in a garage or in an attic. This one does. The other one had like spine, what they call it, like fading. So that's why I decided to get this one, because a lot of it looks like it'll clean off, whereas obviously you can't get the spine back once the spine's decolored, can you? Yeah, this is going to be a little jobby to get those 2 bits off, but as I say, the whole cover of this one needs a little bit of stickiness down there. But Frozen was £1. I don't actually have Frozen, and I need to check every disc from CEX now, because believe it or not, I hadn't been. And I don't know if I told you guys, I think I did, but on I went to watch Annabelle, the second one, which I bought from CEX ages ago. But turns out I had the first Annabelle disc in there. So we do get Frozen. Yeah, this is definitely need a bit of a clean up. Definitely looks a bit like a dampy situation. Spots of like furdiness on there, which is gross. Nothing that a bit of cleaning won't do. So this Frozen is the disc. They didn't give me Frozen 2, but the disc actually matches, that one does, matches the slipcover. And you'll see what I mean, because when we get into some of these, I don't think they do. As I say, you know, you're gonna, you know, some of these cases can be damaged, like down here is a little bit of thing, but that can be done by CEX, to be honest. But it's okay, it's all right, it's fine. So we'll put this in here, get the slipcover in, and there's the first one there, £1 Frozen. Right, the next one then that was £1 is classic number 51. So the one before this one. I've never seen this film, but I also do own it on 4K. It's a bit spotty in terms of these foils really scratch. This one is Wreck-It Ralph. So you can see here, see how the red is kind of scratched off a little bit, but the spine's not too bad. There's a few on the corner, but there's not, you know, it's not the worst. I've definitely seen way worse spines. But we'll check the discs first. So this one matches as well. Again, looks good. This case seems a bit better. The slipcover not so much. So there we go. As I say, you know, with Disney stuff, these kids touch these, don't they? So they're not, you know, if you can get them in minty condition, you're pretty lucky, you know. But pay £10 for brand new for them to be mint versus £1 in CEX. It's just no, it's not a brain, you know, it's a no-brainer really. This CEX sticker is welded on this, so that's gonna have to have some sticky gone. I've got so much of that stickiness stuff to do in my room, to be honest. I haven't done it for so long. So those 2 there, as I say, need to use the sticky thing to get that off, but clean them up. But they were £1 each. So the next one then is another Disney one, and this is number 36, so a little bit earlier. This looks like it, when did it come out? I can't remember when this one was out. I want to say the 90s. Mulan, of course, had the remake recently. This one just has a blue disc inside, no artwork on it like the other one, and of course come with a slipcover. This one not too bad damage, you know, just a little bit of a crease thing there, but the rest of it is pretty much mint, to be honest. Like there's no there's no damage on it at all. Just as I say, that little bit of a crease, which is what you want. And as you guys know, you guys have seen that recently I have been picking up these a lot in terms of my mail videos. If you haven't seen, you're gonna see there's loads of these. You know, there's obviously a lot to get. I think are we on 60, something like that, classic number 60. So there's so many out there to actually get and actually find. And oh, this one's perfect. Minty at number 36 now, Mulan. So that one was £2.50, so that takes us up to £4.50 then. And that one's there, Mulan. And again, all lines up lovely. So they look good on the shelf. They will look good when they're all together, I'm sure. This one then was £8. So I decided to grab this. A little bit of the pricey side for me, but I've also never seen this film. This is one of the classic ones I've never seen. And yeah, it's Treasure Planet. I've never seen this. I've heard very, very good things about it. But I don't know why. It's like 2002, like, and I'm not being thing, but like, I'm a boy and I love Atlantis. So like my mum and dad must have missed this one. Just never got around to go to the cinema. My sister would have been 2, so it's not like she would have been born or anything like that. I'm just trying to think of why did we miss this film growing up? Like, just never had it. We had all of them, you know? Yeah, big Disney family. So I decided to get this one because I thought it was £8, and I just thought, oh, it must be out of print, and you know, obviously you're not going to see it that often around. So I just thought, yeah, let's just do it, James. Oh, it's stuck to my car. So that one there, Treasure Planet, as you can see on the back. There it is. And again, minty. The spine is a little bit faded. It's not as purple as it probably should be. And you can kind of tell that with the you can see the colours there versus the colours there. So it is a little bit faded, but it still looks pretty cool, if that makes sense. You can still make out the title. Inside then, Treasure Planet. This one actually has the other artwork. It doesn't actually have like the original artwork or whatnot. And then inside we actually get a leaflet as well as Treasure Planet. So the correct disc is there. So that's probably one of the, there's going to be a couple of expensive ones in this selection, I think. But this one being one there, number 42. So that one's after 36. Then we've got 51 and then 52. There we go. So awesome. That is the 4 Disney pickups there in this video. Like I say, if I see them, I have to pick them up, especially for £1. And some of the ones I've picked up recently online have been pretty cheap. So yeah, you just gotta, if you see them cheap, you just gotta get them. Right, we're not over yet. We still have plenty of pickups to get into, 5 in total. And these ones will just go lowest to highest. This one actually is a DVD from CEX. I've been looking at this, and this one has been like £1 on Vinted. I'm trying to get all of the kids films that I had growing up and just having them in my collection again. And of course, you know, having a child now, I'm going to want to watch, you know, and show her the films that I loved and really enjoyed growing up. And this one is from the director of An American Tail, Don Bluth. Don Bluth. All Dogs Go to Heaven. Like, I had this on VHS, DVD, absolutely loved it. Probably VHS actually. 1989, £2. I have seen this for £1 on Vinted, but you know, with Vinted you pay £1, and I've always found it, looked at the seller's other items to see if there's anything else so I can share the postage kind of thing, but no one's ever selling anything that I want. So I just thought, I'll just wait, you know, I'll just get it when I can get it. I don't want to pay £1 for something but then pay £3.50 for delivery. It kind of makes it then a £5, doesn't it? Just, you know, whatnot. But if there was like if they were selling a Blu-ray that I'd be interested in, or another DVD that I'd be interested in, then maybe I would, you know, consider that. But yeah, so that is this one here. All Dogs Go to Heaven. I say £2, so I didn't have to pay that delivery. No CEX sticker on this one, which is pleasantly surprising. But yeah, I haven't seen this film for God knows how long. I remember it being quite sad, and you know, obviously with my dog now, Obi, and stuff, I do remember it being quite sad, hence All Dogs Go to Heaven. I do remember it being sad. Charlie is voiced by Burt Reynolds. I remember that, actually. I remember when I was watching Smokey and the Bandit. Using the sticker now to just get all the other little remnants off. As I say, all of these could do with a full-on, you know, actually need to get some antibacterial wipes, you know, just wipe everything down with an anti-bac wipe. And you'd be surprised when you buy things from CEX, you just do that, you can get things to come up really nice. As I say, there's the disc inside, just a DVD. There's no Blu-ray release of this film, so I wanted to get it in the collection. That is definitely something that you cannot find on streaming, and you know, physical media, this is where it thrives, because this film would die without, you know, proper thing. Like, it's not a Disney film, it's nothing. It's just, well, what's it called? Goldcrest Films and Optimum Home Entertainment. Like, it's not like a big brand, you know, it's not going to be on a streaming service. So yeah. Right, normal Blu-rays then now. We got £3, £4, £6, £8. So of course we're going to go lowest to highest. Starting at that £3, we do have, this is correct because there was multiple versions on the shelf. I picked up Mary Poppins, the 50th anniversary edition. The reason why I said there was multiple copies, they had Mary Poppins Returns on the shelf, and I was just hoping that the guy didn't get Mary Poppins Returns on accident, you know, when he went through. I love it when CEX do this and put this circle on this plastic bit, because it makes it so much easier to get off. Every time I do that, it just comes off in one, like that. Don't know why, it just makes it so much different, whereas if they put it just on the clear plastic, it's so much harder to get off. So yeah. Last week at the point of filming this anyways, I went to go and see Sound of Music, of course, and I realized I don't actually have Mary Poppins in my collection. I mean, I don't think I do. I'm just, as I'm saying that, I'm like, do I? But I don't think I do at the point of this recording. And it's not one of the classics. Like, the classics tend to be like the animated. This is its own thing, I believe. 50th anniversary edition of this film. I absolutely love Saving Mr. Banks, which is like Emma Thompson, Tom Hanks, Walt Disney, about the whole acquiring the rights to this. It's kind of the prequel to this, of how this was thing, and then obviously how they made it. But yeah, Mary Poppins, £3, fantastic price. And I do have Sound of Music, of course, in the house, so this will go nicely with that. So that was good. And as I say, £4 then. Now this one is a Blu-ray starring Denzel Washington, directed by Spike Lee. Let's just have a little sip of this first. Now, this film I have always been interested in seeing, never seen it. I am such a big history nut. I mean, I was anyways. I like watching documentaries. School, you know, I used to love all of the just history in general. Malcolm X, £4 for this one. This is the story, of course, of Malcolm X and his extraordinary work, you know, in terms of civil rights. Inside, we do have a black and white disc there. Directed by Spike Lee, as I said. Oh, it's a bit grubby, that disc, actually. Directed by Spike Lee. This has been a film I've always wanted to see, but it's on 4K, and it's nearly been close, like in 3 to 50s. I'm like, oh, should I get Malcolm X? Should I get Malcolm X? But it's like, I don't really want to, with 4K, unless I get it for a good price, getting a drama on 4K isn't really, like, best practice, is it? Especially when you can get it for £4. So I just decided to get a Blu-ray because, as I say, with 4K, it's not exactly going to be amazing getting a Dolby Atmos track with this, is it? Do you know what I mean? When this is, you know, 1080p is thing. Like I say, 4K's, you know, if you can get like the good quality audio, good quality picture, you want to prioritize your big blockbusters, your action movies, your musicals, even with a Dolby Atmos soundtrack is pretty good. But something like this, you can kind of get away with a Blu-ray, I think, nowadays. As I say, most things on Netflix are HD anyways, in there, rather than 4K, you know, in terms of legacy things. Oh, that comes off perfect as well. Lovely. So yeah, Malcolm X, as I say, a Spike Lee, what's that? A Spike Lee joint. Okay. Yes, as I say, stars. So it stars Denzel Washington, Angela Bassett, Albert Hall, Al Freeman Jr., Delroy Lindo, Spike Lee, and then edited by etc. So Malcolm X, £4. There it is. So a little bit of a turn in terms of the topics based on all the kids films we've just gone through, basically. The next one I thought was a really cheap price for a movie. I know it looks like it's quite recent in terms of the age ratings are there, but it's got 3 people in there that I'm really interested in: Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito, and Emma Thompson. And it's from 1994. Junior I picked up. So this is a film directed by Ivan Reitman. I think he's is he one of the, or something to do with Ghostbusters? I think he is. Anyways, Junior, as I say, it's got the new age rating on this, so it looks like a re-release potentially. But £6 I thought was quite cheap. I don't see this in CEX that often. Never seen it, but I think it's something to do with Arnold Schwarzenegger is pregnant, I think that's what it has to do with. Let's just read the back. So Dr. Alex, who's Arnold Schwarzenegger, and his associate Danny DeVito develop a wondrous new drug to ensure healthy pregnancies. When the government forbids further testing of the creation, Alex and Larry secretly move forward with a daring plan to impregnate Alex, who is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Along the way, they must cope with a snooping, villainous research administrator and the brilliant, beautiful, but klutzy scientist, Dr. Diana Reddin, who is Emma Thompson. The seeds are sown for a hysterical, high-spirited whirlwind of humor, romance, and tender insight into the magnificent power of maternal love. Just sounds great. I read it in the shop and I was like, I'm going to get this. I've never seen this out and about. I think this looks like quite funny. 1994, basically my era growing up. So yeah, that's why I got it. So that's a good one. I actually haven't done the stickers on that one, but you can't beat a bit of 90s. You know, you just can't beat 90s, I think, in terms of some films, like comedies in the 90s and these type of films. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to impregnate himself with Danny DeVito and Emma Thompson and supporting cast members. Like, it just sounds like it's going to be fantastic, doesn't it? And this is why I love film. Like, you know, years later, then Emma Thompson obviously, you know, starred as Matilda, and obviously after working with Danny DeVito, you know, 20 years or 30 years before, who obviously brought it to the big screen and whatnot with his direction of Matilda. It's just so funny how, like, actors work together before, but then later on they go off and do things. So that's that one. Like I say, not something I've seen before out and about, and I think £6. I thought it was quite cheap for that, but yeah. And then finally, then now, it wouldn't be a Movies with James Blu-ray hunting video without a little bit of horror slipcover action. Now, of course, I have been hunting high and low for these slipcovers. I believe I only have 2 left, and when I was in there and I saw the one of the 2 on the shelf, I was blown away. An American Werewolf in London, which is pretty good condition, albeit a little bit on there, but I've never seen this out and about, and also on Vinted and stuff. I've never seen it. There's only one left now, and that's The Haunting. There's on the screen. That's the only one I need, as far as I'm aware anyways. There might be more. A viewer actually sent me a photo of all of the ones that they have. I think, yeah, they did. And then there was this one and The Haunting that I didn't have. So that's the only one I need, and then I've got the entire collection. There's 2 films that I, at the point of filming this anyways, now end of September, I want to watch this Halloween, and that is An American Werewolf in London, this one, alongside The Exorcist. They are like 2 horror films that always come up when I chat to people about horror, whether or not it's in work or, you know, in the comments. And this one is one of those ones that it always comes up, and I've never seen it. But I've never seen it because I've never bought it and whatnot. And I'm a bit old school. I like to buy it and actually then watch it. But here it is, and I've now got it. So here is the slipcover. We'll just take that off. So there's the slipcover now with all the stickers off. Got that spot gloss on the front. Look at that. You can just see the spot gloss. The title looks really sick. The spine there, An American Werewolf in London. And then on the back, you've got all of the info and whatnot there, age ratings, and then the spine on that side as well. Fantastic. Not bad condition, as I say, a little bit up there. It's definitely not one of the worst I've got. I think Chucky's the worst one I've got condition wise, but this is pretty good. Then you get the original artwork there on the front of the Blu-ray. And then inside, of course, this is the disc, a film by John Landis. There's the disc art, and there's the back artwork there as well. So fantastic. I love these slipcovers, and just when I saw that on the shelf, it was just like, this is going to be a good Blu-ray hunting video. Then seeing all the Disney ones, of course, hunting for these, as these now are literally getting to the end. I've only got 1 left in terms of what I think I've got. Yeah, then we're moving on to the Disney stuff. So yes. So as I say, a fantastic Blu-ray hunting video. We've got a DVD as well as, I believe, 8 Blu-ray pickups, all of which I think are fantastic and great additions into the collection. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Obviously getting the Disney ones in, really ticking off a lot of those Disney ones, you know, and then seeing things like Malcolm X and Junior, which are 2 things that are quite sporadic and I wouldn't have seen, but also to get this is just amazing. And finally, to get this for the price without paying the Vinted delivery, shipping and all that, I did well. I'm really pleased with that. £25 for all of those. I'm really pleased with it, and as I say, you know, fantastic. And there it is, the end of the 3rd Blu-ray hunting week of me being off. Believe it or not, I have not gone out actually this weekend. I have filmed this, as I said at the beginning of the video, on this date there on the screen. Yes, that's all the prices that I discussed were from that date. So if the prices change, if you're watching this down the road or whatever, that is why. Of course, yes. But I am now done this week, 3rd week done, as I say. Probably 2 more weeks yet to film actually, but 2 more weeks ahead in terms of filming double Blu-ray hunting videos. And then you guys, of course, you know, we'll get back to hopefully every week. We'll see how it goes. You know, life's going to be a bit crazy, of course, and it might be a case that, well, I don't know what's going to happen basically, and I'm not going to commit to anything yet. My other half knows how important it is for me to do YouTube, but obviously I'll have a family, I'll have responsibilities, and YouTube kind of comes second place, whereas it used to be obviously my #1 priority. Well, #2 after Obi. I've now got, you know, that family stuff basically gets a little bit crazier, doesn't it? It's not just looking after a dog, it's looking after a dog, a girlfriend, as well as, of course, a little one. So yeah. But it's quite fun actually doing these videos and building the collection, not just for me now, but I feel like I'm doing it for my little one. Like, granted, like, she's not going to watch films like straight out of the womb, is she? But, you know, the Disney ones, for instance, like, I was saying this to my other half, like, I really want these to be on the shelf and like her to just go and pick, like, we're gonna watch Frozen when she's like 5. I don't want her to grow up with like Disney streaming services and stuff. I don't want her to, you know, just be on Netflix and that one, you know, and then not be engaged in the media. I want to teach her from day one, like how we was growing up. You know, I'd go to my family's VHS cabinet, we'd go through the films, I want to watch this one. And that's why I'm so passionate about films now, and why I love films, because I was so much more engaged to the films growing up. So that's what I'm trying to achieve with these, to be honest, is actually her going, I want to watch Treasure Planet because it's on the shelf. And all of that, and Mulan and whatever, you know what I mean? That's the plan with this. So you could say these are really for her, not for me. But yeah, that's the plan ultimately. Because that's what I grew up on, you know, going to pick a film from the shelf and, you know, you'd get it for Christmas, watch it, and then I'd watch it to death. You know what I mean? And that's why I love a film like All Dogs Go to Heaven. And now in my 30s, I'm buying it to pass it on and show it to my child, because obviously my VHS copy is gone. But I can't show her that film on streaming. And without that DVD copy, I would totally forget about that film because it's not on the shelf physically. If that makes sense. Anyway, you guys know I don't teach you how to suck eggs because we're all physical media collectors here, but that's my plan. And that's why I've gone down the route of Disney recently, ultimately for her. And hopefully they can go on her shelf and in her room so that they don't take up room in my room, which is the plan. But anyways, there we go. I've got to go in the cinema now in about an hour's time. But that is this week's Blu-ray hunting video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully you appreciate the effort that is going into, of course, all the videos that I'm pumping out while I am off YouTube and not doing any work, but able to just sit there and watch the views come in, hopefully, without actually editing for a good month or so. But the real work starts now in the next couple of weeks. I need to get everything in place, uploaded and scheduled. So as I say, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, of course, for next Monday's video, where we're going to be going out Blu-ray hunting again, looking for fun things, and of course building that Disney collection, no doubt. Yes, I think next week we are going to be going potentially down to Barry, Bridgend. We have to go down that way at some point. I haven't been down there for a while, so potentially that could be the direction of travel for these videos, or even Cwmbran or Newport could be a good shout, because we've done Pontypridd. We've of course did that little tour one, so we've got to go someplace different than Merthyr and Pontypridd now. So next week will either be, as I say, Cwmbran or Barry stroke Bridgend. I think one of those two. See how it works logistically. But thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and of course, if you are new here, click that massive QR code there. If you're watching me on your TV, you can take out your phone, scan the QR code, and you can then subscribe to the channel there and then. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. This year has been insane. If we could end this year on 5,000 subscribers by Christmas, that would be amazing. So if you are new here, you like what you see, you like me, you like the videos, why not subscribe? It's all free, and it really does help out the channel and continue to grow. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and of course, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.